Earlier I mentioned in a video that I save all of my animations as PSP files in layers, and I wanted to show you a couple reasons that I do that and a couple tricks on how to do that. Any animation that you want to save as a PSP file, all you need to do is open the animation up. Let me find one. Okay, what you want to do is open up your animation, and I'll choose this one, and it's a really short one. It's only 4 frames long. So you want to hit edit, select all. Now this will only open like this in Animation Shop, so make sure that you're in Animation Shop when you try to open this. You want to select all your frames, go to File, Export Frames to PaintShop Pro, and that's going to take them over here. Okay, once you get them over here, you'll notice that they're still transparent. So you can use these any way you want. If you take away the layers, you can see the actual animation taking place. Okay, so now in order to save this file, just from PaintShop Pro, go File, Save As. You want to save it as a PSP file and save it anywhere you want. I'm going to put it in my frequently used images and save it as floating feathers. Okay, so I know what that file is. Then when you close it, it'll take you back over here. Now, another thing I wanted to show you is when you have an animation like that that is kind of small, I guess would be the term. You have to sometimes duplicate the image to get it big enough to go into your tag, to cover your whole tag area. But another way to do that is when you save a specific animation, if you save each frame as a separate file, so you've got, like, say this one is 8 frames long. If you save each frame as a separate file, then when you go to, say, fill your selected area in your tag, you can use that as a flood fill, and it will flood fill as a transparent with just the snowflakes showing. That's just another way to get the snow into your picture. Another thing that I figured out about Animation Shop that a lot of people, I don't think, realize that it does, because I've heard it talked about in Photoshop videos, tutorials, but never in one of these, is let's say let me get an animation out so I can show you what I'm gonna show you here. Okay, let's say I want to add one of these animations to a tag. So I'm going to pick this cute little girl here. Okay, but I need to open her up in Animation Shop. So I'm going to go to my candy bar dolls, and I'm going to find that little girl. Well, here, we'll just use this one. This one will work too. Okay, you notice these are huge files. They have like 25 frames or more to one of these candy bar dolls. You want to go to Edit, Select All, File, Export Frames to PaintShop Pro. Okay, now I'm going to show you a little trick. Let me get rid of these. Okay, say you want to put this animation into another tag, but you don't want to have to take this animation, open it in Animation Shop, and then try and add in your text later, because it's going to go over your image. So I found this little trick. I can open up a new transparent document. I can take this, and if you look over here, and sometimes you have to widen this out some, but there's more options if you look past that spot. If you like move it out a little, this option right here, it toggles the link layer, or the layer link, pardon me. it toggles the layer link. Okay, so your frame 1 is always going to start at the bottom when you put an animation into PaintShop Pro. And it's always going to be the first frame. So you want to toggle all of these to be linked to layer 1. Okay, so this what I'm doing is essentially the same thing that Photoshop allows you to do. To move a set of images on layers around in an image in a blank canvas and have them stay together where they're supposed to be, which is what all tag artists seem to struggle with, because I've seen animations that jump or skip or because it's hard to line them up if you don't know how to do it right. So I'm trying to show you how. When you link all these layers together, then you can do the same thing kind of as when you grouped them together. You can go edit, copy, edit, paste as new layer. Oh no, wait a minute, you can't. My bad, I missed a step. See, even I can make a mistake. Go up here and you want to, again, create a layer group. Okay, and as I said, it's going to only include one of your layers in that layer group. When you first open it, you have to drag these up. And the best way to drag them up is to make sure you drag them up in order in reverse, if or however you want to do it. I usually put them in reverse because it's just as easy as doing it the other way. But you start stacking them all up just like this until you get all of them moved up into that group. And being 26 frames long, this is taking me a second. Pardon me for a moment while I finish this up. And the last one. Okay, now I have all of them into the group. So if I go edit, copy, I can paste it over into this one as a new layer. It groups it, it's still in its group, and so all of the layers came over without being moved. Okay, so they're all still lined up where they need to be, and they're all linked together. So now if you remove the layer group, like ungroup the layers, it goes back to the way it was. But let me show you a cool trick. Now you can build a tag, and you can build a tag around this animation, and you can move this animation anywhere you want, and it's not going to jump or bounce when you get your tag finished, as long as you leave these layers linked. Okay, you don't want to unlink the layers because that's what'll mess you up. So I can put this tag anywhere on here, put my name in, put anything else I want, add more of these to it. The only thing it gets complicated is you have to remember that you have to eventually take all the frames on layer 1, and you have to merge all of them together in order to make your first frame of your larger image. So frames are really helpful, and this trick is really helpful, but pretty much really it works best if you're only using 1, maybe 2 animations. But I wouldn't try and do this with 8 or 10, because if you see the amount of layers here, I already have 26 layers, and I only have 1 image in here. And I then have to add my stuff and then copy it and merge it with each individual layer so that my name will show up the same under every single layer. And then I can crop the piece down to a smaller size, more manageable size, and then run it through Animation Shop. But a lot of people don't know that you can link the layers like that. Now I can save this file with the layers linked like that, and it will be fine. It won't merge the file together. What you don't want to do is leave them grouped together, because if you leave all the layers grouped together, it will merge them into a single layer once you save it as a PaintShop profile. It loses all the layers somehow, and I'm not sure if there's a way around that. So it's best not to do that, because you could lose a lot of animations that way. And I like saving mine as PSP files because they're easier to work with. So again, if you have any questions, feel free to leave me a comment. This was just a couple other little features I noticed about this program and wanted every other person that I could find who wanted to listen to know about them because I didn't think anybody else knew. We'll talk to you next time. Bye.